So we got.
I'm like a grape, but dehydrated, but not a plum. I'm still round. That makes no sense, but that's what I feel like.
Makes no sense.
I'm like a dehydrated grape, but not a plum.
Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I'm Martelle, and with me always is Randy.
What is up?
Oh, I just had to throw in at the end of your last name.
I just took a big
First
old
name.
sip of a Real Brewed Gold Peak sweet tea made with real sugar.
I don't like those.
Yeah.
I'm not a big, I used to drink the, pre-brewed tea.
Well, I'm poor. I'm not fancy like you.
It had, dude,
I bought this at a gas station.
Eight
with
tea
my
bags
lunch.
and some sunlight. You got yourself some
No,
tea.
I bought this at church this morning. 18 bags in sunlight?
Eight
No.
tea bags. Get tea bags
Old ceramic bowl.
8 times, and then go walk out in the sunlight.
8 tea bags. No, you take 7, put it in a ceramic bowl of water in the microwave for 7 minutes. Throw in a cup of sugar, stir it up, good to go.
Oh, I don't want the sugar.
Yeah, well,
I just want
some
the
of
tea.
us like true grit. We're manly men that wear beards and carry 6-shooters and ride ponies.
Yeah.
Saddle up. We drink our tea. We chew our tea like men today. And, my Aunt Carolyn, she makes tea that you have to drink with a fork and knife.
No.
That
See, I
stuff's,
can't.
it's syrupy. I was talking with Krista last night. We went to the high school playoff game, Amanda Clear Creek.
Yeah.
Where GW coaches.
Right.
And we were talking about sweet tea, and I think it was with Krista, and I said, man, I used to slam McDonald's sweet tea, and now if I get one, all I taste is sugar.
See,
Because I haven't drank, outside of my own sweet tea at home, which I don't make as sweet as we used to, I drink water and black coffee.
See, if I get tea, and they're like, "You want that sweet or unsweet?" I'm like, half and half.
That's what Dad gets usually.
I'll do
Yeah.
half and half if I want sweet tea, but usually I just get plain old tea.
Yeah.
Just straight tea, and then
That's just leaf water.
that's all coffee is.
No, that's bean water.
Well, it's bean water.
I
It's
like
hot
bean water better. I can drink leaf water. It's not bad. But honestly, I prefer either sweetened with honey, if anything.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit of honey in it, I'm good.
Yeah, and I've got a huge mason jar of fresh honey from,
Locally sourced honey.
it's from my dad's friends' hives.
It sounds like a drug connection.
I know.
My dad knows a guy.
I should just call him a friend of mine.
It goes back to that Pretty Boy Floyd honey connection.
Yeah,
It's an old family connection.
it's an old family connection. It was my
I
dad's
can't
best
tell you
man.
where I got this jar.
If I told you, I'd have to
Don't ask. Got it from the hills of West Virginia.
kill you. So last night, as we're recording this on the 10th, Diesel was attacked again by coyotes.
Yes, I
And
saw that.
Not 1 or 2,
But 3.
3 this time. So they're ramping up their attacks on him.
Coyote Trace. you might
So,
say.
and now it's to the point where no one panics or freaks out. And when we walked outside, we were getting ready to leave to go grab some dinner. And we walked outside, and I'm like, well, where's Diesel? And Lexi's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, did you put him outside? She's like, I don't remember. I'm like, what do you mean you don't remember? So we run outside. We
Sweet,
walk outside,
innocent Lexi.
and she hears
A fight.
the tussling. She hears,
Yeah.
him growling. And
And he don't growl.
he doesn't growl.
He's
he
like
doesn't
the most chill dog
bark.
ever.
He doesn't really do anything unless he's...
He grunts and he snores.
Yeah, he grunts and snores, but they're this deep...
It's basically me, but in dog form.
Pretty much. This deep primal,
Yeah.
and just
How was
throwing-
that? That sounds just like him.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
If I get him going, you could hear it. But so I holler for him, whistle and holler.
Was it dark out?
Yeah,
Okay.
I had my flashlight, I had my spotlight. The minute that I whistled and hollered, everything stopped. The coyotes turned and took off,
Yeah.
and Diesel just comes trotting over, hey, what's up, peeps?
He's like, I was playing with some friends.
He goes inside. I'm like, got to go and check him. He's got 4 to 5 gashes in his back
Haunches.
left leg. So he's got 2 on the outside and I think 3 on the inside.
I looked. I couldn't see him today, but he wouldn't let me.
Well, I didn't shave the area.
Yeah.
I still have to do that today if he'll let me.
Because he always comes out every time when you let him out to greet me. He comes right up to my vehicle. He doesn't let me open the door mainly. Just like stands next to it and looks at me because he's huge. And such a sweet dog.
So I've got to shave those areas on the outside of his leg so I can get medicine in them. Yeah. But immediately grabbed antibiotics, started throwing antibiotics down his throat, cleaned it, like flushed it out with peroxide and water, and put some Neosporin, like packed it with Neosporin. So then I just went upstairs, grabbed 357, a magazine, started loading 223 in it, walked outside with my AR, jumped in the truck, told the girls I'll be right back, and drove off into the field looking for anything I could find that had glowing eyes that I could just shoot. Unfortunately, I didn't.
Poor kitty.
Anything. It could have been a cat. It would have been a deer. If eyes would have shown up,
attacked deer.
I would have the windows were down. It would have just been
boom,
pop, pop, pop. And
yeah, it's getting crazy. I was so when I don't have to travel for work, I work from home on paperwork and things.
Yeah.
And with my wife, we have a 5 and a 1 year old, and my wife babysits her sister's 3 kids that are all still in diapers. It's chaos. I can't work there. So I go out to mom and dad's a lot. Well, Tuesday, mom and dad were working for the elections that are held at their church up in Columbus. So I was like, hey, I'm going to go to your house, get some work done. Cool, no problem. So I go in my parents' family room, because they're out in the country like you are, maybe even more rural, I guess. I don't know. But
Probably.
They have no curtains in their living room. It's just they're out in the middle of a bunch of cornfields. So I go to dad's chair. His little end table has the remote on it, so I can turn the TV on. And I look up, and about 40 yards off the back of where he has his old trailer parked, which is only about 60 to 70 yards from where my kids play, huge coyote. It looked like there's been reports of a wolf. I'm throwing up air quotes. People can't see me. It's a coyote hybrid thing in our region, my parents' region, where they live. This at first I looked at it and went, somebody's dog's in their backyard. Now they have 8 acres. And it's only 100 yards wide property, so it's like a longer property. Yeah. Kind of like yours. It's longer than it is wide. And I saw this thing. I'm looking at it, and it was kind of like rooting around. And Dad had just mowed. He calls it the back 40. It's just a big open field behind the house, nothing back there, behind the pole barn. And he mows it every couple months a year. He doesn't mow it a lot. He bush hogs it, you know. Well, he just done it the day before or something like that, because he knew it was getting cold. He's like, I'll hit it one more time for winter. Well, this thing's out there, and it's really close, and I thought it was somebody's dog, but it's not a dog I'd seen before. 2 houses, I almost said 2 doors down, 2 houses down, rural houses down from them. They train.
country miles.
Right. They train like shepherds and stuff. So I know that dogs could wander on our property. We've just never had it happen. And as I got to looking, I'm going, that's no dog. So I ran back and grabbed a slingshot, because guns are scary and we don't believe in them. We don't own any. And a 270 slingshot with a scope, bolt action. Grab a box of marbles and go out to the kitchen. I'm looking out the kitchen windows. I start loading this bolt action. And it's got an internal magazine, so you can't just pop a box mag in. And I'm watching this thing. Well, I grabbed the ammo out, and it's spent brass. I'm like, the spent brass box was on top of it. So I run back, grab another box, come out as I'm loading. It's walking towards the back of the property. So by the time I go out there, it's probably within my range with this particular slingshot. I just hadn't tested it at a few hundred yards. And behind mom and dad's, there's woods, and it is hunting season. So I thought I had a clean shot. I knew it would have been safe beforehand. I'm not going to take it now, but now I've got to watch out, because we have guests coming over for Thanksgiving. We have kids. People bring their dogs. Yep. My wife's toy poodle, I think we talked about, got eaten by either a coyote or an owl or some bird of prey. Came up missing one morning. We still don't know to this day where our dog went.
It was a large chicken.
So it could have been, because this dog was only like 6 pounds tops. So yeah, man, it's been bad out there too. And they live about 25, 30 miles from you. But I think this whole southern Ohio region, there's been an influx actually of not only coyotes, but I've seen reports of bear.
I've heard bear
and now
boar.
Large cat and boar. Yeah, boar's moving up.
Boar's moving up.
But even large cats have been seen in southern Ohio. Not so much where we're at right here, but not real. Like, I'm talking.
Like bobcat?
They just said large cat. Mountain cats is what I read in the report.
Okay.
It doesn't say a lot. But I don't like mountain cats.
Well, Stacy Elliott let, a Savannah cat go up the road here.
Oh, yeah?
Ezekiel Elliott's dad.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago, about 10 miles from here, he lives up the road about 10 miles. He let a Savannah cat go. They're called severals. And
I've heard of those.
African wildcat. And he had a full-blood African wildcat instead of there's domesticated versions, and then there's these full-blooded versions. And he let one of the full-blooded versions go.
Just let it loose?
Let it loose. It was wandering around. It attacked a dog, and Fairfield County, either Fairfield or Franklin, probably Fairfield County deputy dropped it, just shot it because of, it's considered a dangerous animal. So when you said large cat, I'm thinking, well, that would be the only large cat I could think of in the area. But we've got bobcats here in Ohio. I think we have lynx, but either way. So Diesel's recovering. He's being kind of mopey. He was pissed off last night.
He was happy to see me.
He's happy to see you. He wanted revenge last night. Like, and I went back out it was probably about 2 hours later, and he had his nose to the ground. He was looking. He was looking. He didn't listen to a single command that I gave him. He was all over the yard. Yeah. We got all the way back to the cornfield, so about 600 feet away from the house. We're back at the cornfield. He starts off into the neighbor's yard and then makes an immediate left and starts heading into the field. And they've finally cut down the corn, so it's not like I couldn't see him. And I'm yelling at him, I'm whistling. He's ignoring everything. And finally I had to run up and grab him and
that instinct kicked in. He was on a hunt
back to the house. He's the whole way back to the house. He's throwing a fit. I mean, the dog throws fits when he doesn't. He's like.
Do you know why coyotes attacked him right now?
Oh, it's mating season.
It's mating season, and people are decorating for Christmas and playing music already.
Right.
And it's their fault.
Right. The people across the street decorated for Christmas already.
Tragic.
I'm going to have to probably decorate for Christmas today because it's warm out.
Comparatively, yeah. Because it's about to be 15 degrees out tomorrow.
Cold. Yeah. And I may go out and just put lights up and not turn them on until
because you're a respectable human being.
Oh, I have logic and sensibilities.
Right.
And lights shouldn't be on or up necessarily until after Thanksgiving.
But you can leave them up as long as you want to. Wait until spring and it's warm to take them down.
Usually.
Screw it. Just unplug them.
The first 50-degree day I get after Christmas is when they come down. So anyway. On with the show. So today, Liz was at Card Club last night.
What's Card Club?
She plays cards.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a store.
No.
Sam's Club. I was like, oh, she went to a store.
Her and her friends, they get together every month.
What do they play?
They
Rummy?
move from house to house. They play,
it's like Golden Girls, man.
I don't know what they play.
They're playing that Milborn. You remember Milborn or Milebones or? Nope. All I remember, my parents used to play this game that had cars and street signs on it.
No.
When I was, I have
no idea what they play. Sometimes they play a dice game.
Pinochle.
They play a card game.
They're really just getting together and getting strippers.
Sometimes they don't even play cards. They just go out to eat. But once a month they get together.
Clubs.
Right.
It's Magic Mike.
It's Magic Mike night. But Liz brought home, it's called High Noon Sun Sips. It is a vodka-soda mix.
So it's like vodka and tonic.
It's a vodka tonic.
Okay.
Pre-mixed. It smells really good. So a couple shows ago we did White Claw.
Yeah, which is another seltzer.
This is a seltzer. I mean, sparkling
Are they
water.
all vodka? What's the alcohol in those other ones?
I think it's more like a malt liquor.
Yeah, somebody told me the Natty Light seltzers were actually really good, and
we'll have to try it. I mean, I
haven't had a drink for over 2 weeks now.
Yeah, so and you're not having one today.
Nope.
This will be me.
Well, I've got my Gold Peak sweet tea in a full blue Powerade
and a blue Powerade, which goes
just in case Zombie Skittles came out.
Zombie Skittles,
because I did not bring enough last week.
Right, but Liz brought this, and I'm like, I'm going to do this for the show.
So you're going to taste test.
So I'm going to taste test
on
this
your
for the
own.
show,
I'm trying
my own.
I've got to get healthy, man. My back's killing me. And I know people write us and message us and give us messages about what to try or what we think.
I do have a list.
And while I may, again, in the future, right now, dude, like today, I told you, my back's killing me. I was up working on my aunt's garbage disposal yesterday.
I got to put one of those in.
Dude, I can do it for you. It doesn't take long. You can do it, but you got a bad back too.
Right.
But dude, when I got done, I was like, my back's so tight. And then I woke up this morning. I just got to lose weight. So I'm trying to make healthier decisions for a little while.
That's fine. I can respect that.
And chill out. So Martelle is going to review this on his own, which, let's be honest, it's not something I'd go out of my way to try anyway. Neither would you.
Either would
usually.
I. But it was in the fridge.
But it was there. Something new.
So. But my buddy Craig, when we had mentioned about the budget burgers and stuff he's like, he started listing like some of the like budget bourbons, like this or that or the other. Someone else would like, you need to get the ancient age. I'm like,
we did that.
I'm like,
that's the one I brought.
Right. I'm like, we've done that.
Yeah.
I'm like, but he's like, well, there's one called So Craig mentioned this Buckhorn whiskey.
And you and I have seen it.
We've seen it.
I've seen it online. You saw it in person and didn't get it.
We both were going to pick it up and we decided not to.
And neither one of us have got it.
And Craig's response was, for $10, it can't be that good. And
but Heaven Hill.
Hold on. I said, Heaven Hill has that bottle in bonded, and that was $12 a bottle.
And H&H is only like $14.
And he was like, good point.
Yeah.
So if I see it again, I will pick up a bottle because it's $10. But either way, so this High Noon Sun Sips, it's vodka and soda. This one is pineapple made with real juice. O.J. Simpson's in this. It's got the juice. It is 4.5%.
It is loose.
And it is
4.5% is it's a normal, regular, average light beer.
That's a boosh.
It's a boosh light.
But there's no color to it. It's white. It
looks clear in the glass there.
It's clear. I can see.
And honestly, from here, it looks like water, but you poured it in a fancy glass, a little snifter.
I put it in a Glencairn just because I don't have any small glasses.
You got tumbler or the rocks glasses?
No, I wanted something smaller.
No, you're like, just in case it sucks.
Just in case it's really bad.
You put half a shot in a shot glass.
I did.
Yeah, you didn't pour it too heavy there. I noticed. It's
a taste.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. When we taste these guys, you got to realize there are podcasts that when we first started, people said we want you drunk.
No,
we're not about that. I've got to drive. I'm trying to get healthy. You just shot it. But when we taste, we pour a very small amount usually, enough to wet your whistle. That's about it.
It's not bad. It's better than White Claw.
It's like wine tasting. We don't want to drink a ton. We won't spit it back in the glass like you do with a wine tasting.
Or on the floor. Don't have spit all over the place.
We'll spit all over your studio here. So it's better than White Claw?
It's better than White Claw.
Yeah?
I like it.
I want to smell it.
Smell it here.
It smells like just like pineapple juice, really.
It smells like pineapple juice.
I'm kind of stuffed up, but it just smells like juice.
Yeah. You know what? It smells like pineapple candy. Like
dry.
I was gonna say deep fried pineapple.
Ooh, that sounds good,
doesn't it? Smells like
try that.
Candied pineapple, like dried pineapple.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what it smells like.
You want to hear a funny story? So the first time I ever got,
it's actually really good. I would easily give this a 2.5. I would, if you see this out in the store, I would buy it.
Yeah, what's the brand again?
High Noon.
It's in a white can.
It's a white. I'll post a picture.
Yeah.
I would buy this again, and I don't do seltzers that often. I do a bubbly every now and then.
I don't say we've never really, aside from the White Claw I brought as a joke.
But bubbly's not non-alcoholic.
Yeah, it's just seltzer water.
I hate White Claw. White Claw is ugh.
Yeah, that left a weird taste in my mouth. Ugh. We didn't even finish that.
I gave
Between
that to
two
Liz.
of us.
I gave that to Liz, and she drank it for dinner.
Did she? So we each poured a little in a glass. So we each took a sip, and we were done.
Yeah, she drank that for dinner. But this is good. This is really good. It's only 100
2.5.
calories.
That's not bad.
2.5.
That means you would buy it.
I would buy it. I would.
100 calories. It says it's gluten free on the can.
Yep. No added sugars. 100 calories. Gluten free.
Real fruit juice.
And
seltzer water.
It's got
vodka.
Seltzer water and.
I mean, it's literally just a flavored, vodka soda.
It's a flavored vodka soda.
I mean, if you're looking for one,
if you want
and
something,
you're a little health conscious.
It's light and refreshing.
That's brisk, baby.
Yeah, it is. It's better than that brisk iced tea.
Ooh, I like brisk iced tea. I like brisk.
That's good. I also have something else I'm going to try on the show today too. I'll do that a little bit later on.
Okay.
So with that, let's get into some news. We've got
backlogs of articles at this point.
We do, and at this point I'm so far behind on backlogging stuff that I'm just forward logging.
I'm going to forward log everything from now on.
Everything. So let's see. So
dried pineapple. Story. I have to tell you my story
the dried
real quick.
Pineapple, yes.
So the first hey Diesel.
Hey, there's
Come on.
Diesel. Go ahead, bud.
Go ahead, buddy. Go to your bed.
Gimp your little ass over there.
Little.
I know. Look at him.
Friggin' monster. Such a good dog.
And he's dead.
The first time I had tried pineapple was actually with GW. And GW is a guy that he doesn't do sweets. Like Mike and Ike's are the only sweet he'll eat, but the dude will eat like pickled eggs and gas station pickled sausage stuff and nasty stuff. He's gross. He's a disgusting human being. And we were at their house a couple houses ago, hanging out for dinner. He's all excited about these dried pineapples. I was like, well, I kind of like pineapple. So he gives me a piece, and long story short, I forget what happened, but we were joking around. I took a piece of dried pineapple while he was playing Xbox and chucked it at him and hit him in his open eyeball with a hard piece of dried candied pineapple. And to this day, anytime I get it or we mention it, that's all we talk about. He brings it up all the time. But that's my favorite dried pineapple memory is hitting him square in an open eyeball when he wasn't expecting it. But anyway, moving on. Dried pineapple to the eyeball. His reaction, because G overreacts at times. I tell him he's really dramatic, but dude, he's playing Xbox.
He got sugar in his eye.
A whole chunk of dried pineapple in his eye.
Powdered sugar and pineapple.
He just grabbed his eye. You would have thought he got shot. Oh, it was so funny. Okay, anyway.
So, let's see. I've got 3 stories we're going to talk about today.
All right, let's hit it.
This first one. Prisoner who briefly died once life sentence overturned.
Yes. The dude died, got revived, and said, hey, I got a life sentence. I died.
Served my life sentence. And he had a DNR.
That's awesome.
He had a DNR.
And they resuscitated
him. And he's
hey.
He's like, I want out. Like, I served my life sentence.
I had DNR. You brought me back.
So
I did my time.
This appeal's been going on for 4 years.
Wow.
He has appealed this for 4 years. I got to throw something at Diesel. Diesel.
Yeah. Quit licking your wounds.
Stop licking your wounds, bud. No bueno. No bueno.
Oh, I didn't know he's a Mexican.
He is.
What kind of dog is he? Krista was asking me. I showed her pictures.
He's a mutt.
Yeah.
But he's primarily either Cane Corso or a Presa Canario.
Presa Canary.
Both dogs are bred for guard and fighting.
Yeah, he looks like a king.
They have
got that big old head.
Super thick skin.
He does have thick skin.
Like,
I feel like I could stretch it like putty.
You can. They have super thick skin, really hard heads.
Yeah,
and
when a hard head.
They're sweet as can be, but when it comes down to like protection,
yeah,
they are like the end all be all to like not like a Belgian, dog. Malinois, where those dogs are bred for like working.
Yeah,
he is bred to just basically lay around until
crap hits the fan.
Shit hits the fan.
That's how our dog was. We grew up with a half shepherd, half Malamute, which is like a big shepherd, a big fluffy shepherd, and he was the same way. Coolest dog. Had one brown eye, one blue eye, so he looked psycho. So he was totally chill, but if he showed his teeth, you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, Diesel never shows. Well, that was the other thing. So when he came in last night, we're jumping all over the place again. He came in, he had blood all over his face. And Lexi started
got his licks
out.
In then.
Yeah, Lexi started freaking out, and I'm like, it's not his blood.
Yeah.
Like,
that's probably why they ran off when they heard you, because they're like, crap, it's going to get worse.
Reinforcements.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had blood all over his face, and I had to wipe his face off. But yeah, he got his licks in as well. He got his shots in.
I told Krista and my Aunt Carla, I said, Diesel ain't no slouch. I said he might be getting older, but it would have to be more than one coyote, because one coyote versus diesel, I take diesel all day.
Well, he when he was younger, he would take on 1-2 coyotes.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd hear him outside, and he'd come in. He'd just come trotting back without a mark on him.
He's just looking at me with them puppy dog eyes.
But
he's like, I'm so tired.
Now he's 10
Had a
years
scrap
old.
last night.
Got into a bar fight. He lost.
He ain't as good as he once was, but he's as good once as he ever was.
Yep. So
Ancient diesel boy.
anyway, back to this.
All right, let him sleep.
Benjamin Schreiber is serving a life sentence in prison after he bludgeoned a man to death in 96. He is 66 years old, and he was considered dead for a brief period of time in 2015 when he was taken to a local hospital for a seizure and high fevers.
Okay.
It was due in part to a kidney stone that turned septic. He died. They revived him, and he had a DNR. He had do not resuscitate. So he's got essentially two things going for him, but it's been a 4-year appeal.
Well, yeah,
he
because
served a life sentence. He died, and he had a DNR, and they resuscitated him. They did it. So I don't know. I'm kind of
on his side.
I'm kind of on his side for this one.
Plus, get him out of there, man. That's my tax dollars going to people like that. You know, it's like you say 66 now.
He's 66.
So he was like in his 40s or so when this went down.
In 96, yeah.
So he's been there, he over 20 years, 23 years, 24 years. And
well, it's not your tax dollars, but it's Iowa tax dollars.
Potato, tomato, tax dollars are going to it. But I mean, here's the thing: and I know some people are like, if you kill somebody, we should be able to kill you. Some people are like, there should be no death penalty. I'm not even going to take either side on that today. That's not what we're doing today.
Right. This is just.
But if the dude's been in there 23 years, he died. If he was serving one life sentence, he died, had a DNR, and they brought him back. He kind of served his life sentence. He's got a second life. He's a cat.
So he got a second life.
Kick him out.
So a 3-judge panel of Iowa's appeal court ruled in favor of the state, stating Schreiber's is either still alive, in which the case he must remain in prison, or he is actually dead, in which case the appeal is
a zombie.
Right. So which is it? He's alive.
Well, if he died, if they pronounced him dead and then revived him, he died. He was pronounced dead.
Yep.
Which
if you flatline,
here's the thing too. If you flatline, so how do you know when somebody's dead? What do they check for? A pulse, right?
They check for a pulse.
Here's the argument here's something I've always liked to ask in both sides of the abortion debate. If life ends at the pulse, why doesn't it start at the heartbeat?
Right.
And I'll just put that out there and let you all comment or email to us at buckhornpodcast@gmail.com. We're not going to talk abortion pro or against right now, but he flatlined, no heartbeat. He's dead.
They shocked him back to life.
Let's bring him back. They bring him back and he goes, hey, thank you. I served my life sentence. I should be free now.
Right. Oh, and I had a DNR, so now I'm going to sue you.
So now I'm going to be out on the outside and make some money.
And rich. So Judge Amanda Potterfield, she's one of the 3 judges presiding over the matter. We do not find this argument persuasive. She explained the law did not intend to set criminal defendants free whenever medical procedures during their incarceration led to their resurrection by medical professions.
He found a loophole and she went, crap. We did not intend. Well, no, you didn't intend, but hey.
It happened.
Maybe that's why people get 19 consecutive life sentences just in case they keep getting brought back.
So, I don't know. So, hold on. There's a little bit more here. Jerry Rosenberg killed 2 police officers in 1962 and petitioned for his release after he died on the operating table during a surgery. He was ruled against as well.
Yeah, man, that's tough. Because who are we as humans? Well, it's kind of comes down to a judgment call, right?
Right.
It's are you going to heaven or hell? Who am I to tell you? Are you going to Valhalla or whatever your belief is?
I was going to say it's going to be
whatever your
based on
belief
whatever
is.
your belief
Who am I to tell you who you are, what you are, without any evidence, just based on my own opinions?
Right.
Now, if you rape somebody, I can say you're a rapist. If you kill somebody, I can say you're a murderer. If you steal something, I can say you're a thief, as long as I have proof of those things.
Right.
But who am I to say that? Yeah, you died, but you weren't really dead, so you're going back to jail. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like a morality thing almost. And I hate making morality calls. I try jokingly, I joke a lot about a lot of things, but in all reality, who am I to say the dude didn't die and serve his life sentence? I don't know. Somebody smarter than us should figure this out because, well, apparently these judges can't because it's been going on 4 years.
Well, they can't. Well, and he's still trying to appeal it. So
I don't blame him. I would too if I was in that scenario.
I would as well.
Hey, you gave me one life sentence back in 1996. I've been here 23 years and I died. You all brought me back. That's a you problem.
Yeah, that's not a me problem now. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I guess maybe we'll try to follow up with this in a year.
I don't know.
See where
we'll probably forget about it.
Probably. I mean, we forgot about the.
We're not going to make notes on this.
We forgot about the one, and it just happened to
pop
come
back
up with the
Arizona bodies.
Yeah, all the bodies out in Arizona. So, the next one I have is man slices off his finger after snake bite, and then doctors tell him it was unnecessary. I don't know that I actually need to read the article.
Oh, that's awesome.
I just think the headline is great.
It was a garter snake.
Yeah.
So is it a poisonous snake that bit him?
Let's see. So getting bitten by a snake obviously isn't fun, blah, blah, blah. I've been bitten by a snake, I don't know, several times in my life.
You have?
I used to own snakes.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a second, because
I know, it's an odd
I've lived in
statement.
rural Ohio my whole life.
And
I've never been bit by a snake.
So
I've held snakes. I've caught garter snakes and crap around here.
So at 2 points in my life in high school, I owned 2 ball pythons. Two separate times. I had one in it.
Those aren't poisonous bites.
Those aren't poisonous
I'm sure
bites.
they still hurt.
They hurt like hell, though.
Yeah.
Their teeth. So most non-venomous snakes, their teeth are razor ass sharp, and they face backwards.
Right? Yeah.
They don't have fangs. Their teeth are triangle shaped. And they're not serrated. They're smooth and triangle shaped, and they face backwards towards the back of their mouth. So that when they are chewing on prey, if it is still alive in some cases, it can't get out. So if you pull forward, your hand just gets stuck.
Yeah, it's like a Chinese finger trap.
Right.
I hate when I got that stuck on my finger.
Shit. Yeah. Your finger. Your little finger.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if we're being honest.
So when I made the mistake of picking the snake up when it was molting, so you shouldn't handle a snake when they're molting, so getting rid of their skin.
Well, yeah, you want some stranger to come grab you when you're taking your clothes off?
Well, it takes...
I mean, I do, but most people don't.
It happened at the same time that I had to clean the snake's cage. So
you should have waited.
I had to take the snake out to clean his cage, and I picked the snake up, and it just turned and latched on to like right above my knuckle on my index finger.
Okay.
In between my thumb and my index finger. And I jerked. Mistake.
Jerked your snake.
Yeah. And it hurt. So you have to kind of pry the snake's mouth open and move it forward. And so not a fun experience. But this guy, let's see, he was a Chinese man, was recently put into an incredibly tough situation when the snake, believed to be a pit viper, sunk its fangs into his finger. So apparently this was a venomous snake that bit him. Fearing for the man's life, he acted swiftly and slicing his finger clean off before traveling to a local hospital for an evaluation. Once he arrived, the doctors offered him some good news and some bad news. The good news, he's perfectly fine. The bad news, he didn't have to cut his
Doc
finger
comes in.
off.
Hey, Stumpy, guess what?
Hey!
You didn't have to do that.
So
he was like, I watched 27 hours. That guy waited way too long, cut his arm off. Let's go.
Yep.
Cha!
So the snake bite wasn't considered a death sentence. In fact, the snake bite isn't terribly toxic, although they're not saying what type of snake it was. But, hold on. Whatever the species was, it was called the 5-step snake.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
Either way. So, dumbass.
Didn't have to cut his finger off, and he did.
He didn't have to cut his finger off.
He said to lop off his whole hand or his arm or something. Can you imagine lopping off your hand at the wrist and then going in there awful. Like, dude, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have
to do all that.
And now your hand's laying out in the desert somewhere or whatever.
Well,
it's out in Arizona at a research facility.
He should have picked his finger up and walked off with it.
He should have not cut his finger off till he knew.
Well, there's that too.
That's a good start. I mean, if you're hiking somewhere or something, know
know what you're
doing and study and research. Dude, we live in an age now where if you go on vacation, like we're getting ready to go to Tennessee in a few weeks. If I want to go hike Mount Lacan again, like I did, which I can't now because I got fat again, I could get online the morning of and research what I might encounter in those mountains and what I need to do if I do encounter whatever species or plant or whatever. So, yeah, know what you're doing before you just go lopping off fingers, taking off the digits. Plot twist, he killed somebody and was afraid his fingerprint would get found. Said he got bit by a snake, and that's why he went in. They're like, dude, there's no venom in you.
Hey, maybe.
Where's your finger at? I don't know. It's weird. Finger's gone. Can't shit. Bear must have ate it.
Shit.
Coyotes got it. Going.
After they went after Diesel.
Yep.
And then this one, I like this one. Just because.
Because?
2 nuns went to Africa and came back pregnant. And the Catholic Church is investigating.
I sent you that, reading nothing but I read the headline, I literally started laughing, and everybody else was in bed. It was a couple of nights ago, and I was like, this one's going to Martelle.
That's a good one.
They went on a mission trip to Africa to save people for Mother Mary and came back pregnant.
That's good. It's good.
Oh, man.
So,
now,
nuns need to should abstain from.
They're supposed to be totally abstinent,
right?
And they're married to the Lord.
Yeah,
and it's fun. Well, like now, here I am as a believer.
The Lord got perfect. A little frisky.
I'm not going there. I'm not going. No, stop. Too far. Too far.
I didn't say it. They did.
They did not say they got pregnant by the Lord.
They came back pregnant, and
not by Jesus Christ Himself.
They're married to the Lord.
No, stop.
And He needed.
They cheated on Him.
No, I don't think so.
I think they did.
Nuns don't cheat.
I'm pretty sure nuns do a lot of
with
things.
A ruler,
yeah.
And they get down on God's
love. Problem was they didn't wrap anything, and now they're pregnant. I'm not one to bag on anybody's religion. I believe in Christ. I don't call myself necessarily a Christian because of so many people's negative connotations of the word. You like a lot of Buddhist principles. It's not like you go to temple and everything. But
I do not.
You like some of the morality of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's cool. I've got somebody recently I know that grew up in a Christian church and became Catholic. Cool. I was talking to him more about it. I want to learn more. It was interesting to me, but the thing is, nuns
I hate this
pretty
article.
Widely known for not doing anything. As a believer myself, and as whatever you believe, and my buddy that's Catholic believes, I'm not perfect. I can't sit here and cast judgment on nuns, okay? We all screw up. But you just don't expect a nun to go on a mission trip and get pregnant.
No.
Absolutely not. It seems satirical almost. Like I honestly was like, is this from a real site? Holy crap, it is. It's not from Babylon Bee or anything.
It's 22words.com, which I don't know if that's a real site or not, but
22 words is like BuzzFeed.
Right.
It may be complete BS, but it's not supposed to be a satirical site. But the headline alone was enough to make me laugh.
The headline, the site sucks. It's one of those stupid sites that has sentence, picture, sentence, picture, sentence,
yeah, I didn't
and
even
you can't
read
get through it. So I'm not even going to bother going through and trying to figure out what
they got knocked up
is going on here.
I can tell you what went on.
I don't know if they were.
A nun and an African really love each other.
Hold on. It could have been a case of rape. It could have been a case of them just going out on their own.
But if it was rape,
it could have been a threesome with the Lord.
If it was rape, they would not let the article headline read the way it does. It would say they were raped. It would be a big deal. The Catholic Church hid pedophiles for so many years.
Well,
they're not going to let
the new pope
nuns
doesn't
get raped.
hide things anymore.
But they're not going to let nuns get raped and say, hey, they just went and got pregnant on their own. They had a grand old time. They were on Rumspringa. We're mixing so many different religions right now on faith bases. You know, there's no way that nuns just went and got raped and they're like, hey, guess what? LOL, nuns got pregnant. Like, no, it wasn't rape.
So, and in a bizarre story, I'm done with this one. In a bizarre story.
That wasn't bizarre?
Oh, no, this one gets even more bizarre.
Okay.
So, there's a condition and where women can be born without a vagina.
Without, like, a uterus and everything? Or without, like, nothing
the
there?
The physical outside.
So they just have a fleshy patch like a Barbie doll?
Kind of.
Interesting.
Interesting, yes. So it's an African girl. I think she was 15 at the time. So she basically gave a blowjob, got into a fight, got stabbed in the stomach, and became pregnant. When the sperm hitched a little ride on the knife blade into her uterus.
Wait, what? How? What?
Right? Okay.
What?
Randy. I need to get my seat up just so I can see your face.
I don't comprende.
Right, okay.
I mean, like, I get the basis of it.
An African girl performed fellatio on somebody. Then proceeds to get into a fight. Gets stabbed in the stomach. Sperm hitches a ride on the knife.
From where? From her mouth?
From her stomach.
From her stomach, and it got down into her... No.
Yes.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes.
There's no way the sperm lived through that.
It happened.
Because doesn't sperm die like in just the open environment after like so many seconds or minutes?
We can verify this. It happened. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the site right now. 9 months later, well, she came to the hospital having symptoms of pregnancy and going into labor, and they performed a C-section, and lo and behold, we have baby. So this was in 1988 that this happened. That's a miracle.
That's hard to believe.
That is a miracle.
That's a heck of a way to have a baby.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not one I sent you for sure.
No, that is not one you sent. That's one that I heard the story and I went and just looked it up because...
That seems so far-fetched though, man.
I know.
If you would have said, I'm going to read you a bunch of headlines, tell me which one's fake, I would have called that one. The nuns getting pregnant would have been first until that.
So this site's trying to debunk it, but they can't. Just like you're trying to debunk it.
I'm not trying to debunk it. I'm questioning it.
Well, you're questioning it. So basically what is a 15-year-old girl in a small African country of Lesthio,
Guatemala,
was born without a vagina, who had engaged only in fellatio with her boyfriend and had doctors puzzled when she gave birth to a healthy son. The young girl, whose name was not given in the case report, arrived at a local hospital with all the signs of a woman in labor. Upon examination, doctors found no vagina, only a small skin dimple. Regardless of how the baby was conceived, it was ready to emerge from the womb with no birth canal. The woman's only option was a cesarean section. Doctors delivered the baby via C-section, weighing 6.17 pounds, or 6 pounds 17 ounces, and then set out to solve the mystery of this conception. So basically what it came down to is she got into a fight, got stabbed in the stomach. Semen rode a knife train into the uterus, and she got pregnant.
That's so hard to believe, man. Like I feel like we need to talk to a medical professional. Who do we know that could debunk this?
See, you're trying to debunk it, but so are they. Well, first place, her stomach is the most empty of stomachs. Her stomach is mostly empty of stomach acid, and sperm is protected by non-favorable environments by nourishment called ejaculate. The ejaculate would have helped protect the girl's new lover's sperm from all the remaining stomach acid, among other hazards. The stabbing also seems to have happened almost immediately after the girl ingested the sperm, so it would need to have survived in the stomach. It wouldn't have needed to survive long in the stomach. And don't forget about the strength in numbers. Sperm don't travel alone, so that even if 90% don't survive the beginning of the journey, you still are left with millions in the tiny little swimmers. You only need the one.
I guess.
I'm putting the link in the show notes. But it happened. It happened back in the late 80s. Super bizarre. That's a miracle.
I got nothing else on it. I'm trying to sit here and think of like, I'm not a doctor. In case you listeners didn't notice,
You're not?
I'm not a physician, a surgeon. I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is. And getting somebody pregnant by stabbing them in the stomach. So who's the father? The boyfriend?
Her boyfriend.
Or the guy that did the stabbing, because he's the reason she got pregnant. They got to go on Maury and find out.
I think biologically it's the boyfriend that she performed fellatio on. So we got that going for us. I would tell your mom not to listen to this show.
She's a grown woman, you know. I can't tell her what to do anymore. She can tell me what to do. It's one of those things you can make a suggestion and hope that your loved one heeds your advice. But
she did call me a bad person.
She didn't call you a bad person. She told you to watch your mouth. She never once said you're a bad person.
Same thing.
She doesn't think you're a bad person. Krista laughed at it. We were talking last night about it. And she goes, I think it's funny because she was stumbling over words. This dude, so they played Columbus Academy, Amanda did, and they had a long pass, and this dude caught it running towards the end zone and got clocked by one of the Amanda players. I mean, it was literally, I'm sitting against the fence on one end of the stands. It was at the farthest point on the field from me, and you could hear it. Dude got laid out. I thought he was down because he didn't get up right away.
Yeah.
And he did like jump up and start celebrating the catch later, but he got clocked. And Chris said, you know, the whole stadium was like, oh, like I wish I had on camera.
Yeah.
And Chris goes, oh man, I didn't hear that, but I heard it. And I just kind of looked at her. She went to say I didn't see that, but I heard it.
Yeah.
And so I kind of poking fun of her, and then we were talking about the podcast. She goes, man, I think it's funny when Martelle stumbles over his words. I said, why it's so funny to me is Martelle and I will talk for an hour before and an hour after, just in his family room or whatever, his kitchen, and he never once stutters, never stammers or anything. We get on the podcast, and there are times you're just like mush mouth. You're just blah, 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 blah. I said, I think it's great for me.
It's my brain runs faster than my mouth does.
Especially when you're reading, like trying to do the article and talk.
We already know that I have some form of
ADHD.
Well, we know that.
Dyslexia. Yeah.
That just kind of screws things up for me anyway. So, and I spend more time reading shit off this screen than I do anything else. So I'm going to put the link to this Today We Find Out, or todayifoundout.com to that article. But I got another tasting here that I'm doing.
Yeah, what's that? It's a blue can. I like the can.
It is a blue can. It's got a cat on it. And I like cats. I know you don't like cats. You think they're only
I love cats. They're delicious.
Target practice and egg rolls. And that doesn't, eating cat doesn't sound good. So this is from Seventh Son Brewing. This is also 4.5%. This is called Assistant Manager. It is an American Golden Ale. Initially, this is Liz's. I took this from Liz too.
Thanks, Liz. Liz is a sponsor of this episode.
Yeah, she's sponsoring my alcohol consumption on the show today for the tastings. Initially, I thought this was an IPA, and it was just mislabeled as a golden ale. Because when I opened the can, it slightly exploded, and I had to suck the foam off the top so it didn't get all over the floor. It's good. I like it. I don't know that I would buy it again. But Liz will buy it again, which means I'll drink it again. I would give this like a 2. It's not super hoppy, but it's hoppier than like a Coors or a Busch.
Like an average,
run-of-the-mill
beer.
Yeah, it's a little heavier, higher in alcohol content. Also, but it's brewed here in Columbus, so it's a local brewery here in Columbus. It's really good. They have some other things that I like, but I can't remember what they are. They do a lot of barrel aging, using Middle Western Spirits barrels because they're right down the road from them. And they've got some really good dark stouts and some barrel aged stuff that's I haven't been down there in a while, but really good. Anyway, 2, buy it, don't buy it. It's I'm on the fence about that one. But we haven't done this in a while, and we're going to do it today. The Urban Dictionary game.
Oh, man, it's been a while.
It's been a while, and I think it's appropriate because this show's been inappropriate. So, whenever you're ready.
That should be our new tagline. Buckhorn Podcast. It's appropriate because it's inappropriate.
Because it's inappropriate.
Or something like that.
So, you need to put your phone down.
I am. I'm listening.
Yeah, but you can't be looking things up.
Oh, fair. Make sure I'm not... Okay, phone is face down. Cracking open my blue Powerade. My tea is going.
All right.
Hold on. Let's get it just like a bourbon. See if we can hear it.
Just the plastic
that's
ring.
Not the same. That's not as exciting as a cork.
All right. So, as I do, I picked
really terrible ones.
Really good ones.
I haven't gone to heads up with anybody either. We need a guest on soon.
We will.
We've been talking.
I think my sister will be in town in a couple weeks, so we'll have her on again.
Cheerleading's not out of sport. Cheerleading's not out of sport. You came back to Facebook. Your sister and she likes some of my posts.
You know what? So I came back to Facebook to a world of fuckery.
Your sister will like a post of mine. Like, I share memes mainly. And I'll like some of her posts, but like, we don't talk a lot on there. Like, respond comments. And she tagged me in a thing about cheerleading being a sport, and you came right to her defense.
Buckhorn podcast, and I was just like, cheerleading's a sport.
You came right to your little sister's
all what
defense.
Randy thinks about it.
He said something about he thinks his opinion's fact. I was like, Martelle is back.
Yeah. So,
and it was funny because I was sitting here going, you just got back on Facebook like 2 days ago and you're already getting in arguments with me.
I'm just like, Jesus. Well, even I'm back, bitches. Kinda, because I'm only posting really from Instagram. Like, I'm only just sending stuff.
Just share stuff,
from Instagram. I'm not really posting, except for letting my neighbors know that the coyotes were out last night. Right. And, I'm like, I'm back,
I'd be more
bitches.
worried about coyotes.
And the response was like, oh, you've been gone? I'm like, I've been gone for 5 months.
You've been gone for a while.
I haven't made a post since July 10th. I have been gone for 5 months, and not a single person knew.
Yeah.
That's how much no one gives a shit.
Well, the thing, it's an out of sight, out of mind, because there's people that, it says I have like 800 or friends or, quote unquote friends. I only truly interact with ones on a regular basis that I know personally. It's my family. It's like Garrett. Garrett and I have been friends since long before podcasting and all this. And him and I share stuff. Like, I sent him a message earlier today. He sent me a meme earlier today. And I interact with those people a lot. The other people, if they pop up in my feed, I don't scroll a lot. I share a lot from Instagram. But if you're not my top 2 or 3, I don't see your post. I forget we're even quote unquote friends until you interact with one of my posts.
Yeah, see, I never scrolled. I never scrolled on Facebook. I would only get on and post stuff
But I did get the nuns getting pregnant thing from Facebook. That was so
I just
props for that, Facebook and fake 22 words.
So I just my comeback post, like, I'm back on.
I don't think we can talk about nuns getting pregnant and then you say comeback post.
Comeback. Anyway,
speaking of Urban Dictionary
game.
How many we got?
I've got, I think, 7.
Oh, geez, that's a lot. I was thinking like
3,
5.
4, 5. I've got 7. They're all
right. Hit me with them quick. Let's go.
Here's the first one. Vomit clock.
Vomit clock. That would be. I'm going to guess a vomit clock is like timing how long between pukes, puke and rally kind of thing. You're partying, you puke. You're on the vomit clock. Or it's like how long until you puke. Like, if you're drinking too much, you're on the vomit clock. You know it's coming. Kind of like in Varsity Blues when they're all drinking and Billy Bob starts getting all rumbly in the tumbly. That's my guess.
Okay.
That's my vomit clock.
No.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Okay.
A vomit clock is a mid-century trend where it's fashionable to suspend pieces of rocks and glass in colored resin, often made into mantelpiece clocks. The result looks like regulated gelatin. Gelatin salad full of fruit bits. The term vomit clock came into popularity on the thrift store Facebook page. Any object made in this way can be called vomit.
I can explain how a lady with no vagina got pregnant by a stabbing better. I can explain that.
I know, right?
So it's basically it's where they grabbed a bunch of crap and made something beautiful out of it.
Right.
They spewed out something from nothing. It's art.
Yep.
All right. Never would have guessed that.
That's
for 1.
That's why I threw it in there.
Yeah, that's why you threw it up in there.
Yep.
Let's
see. This one I didn't read. I just like the name of it.
Oh, no.
Dirty Jess.
This is not good. Oh, your face tells me it's not good. You read it. Oh. Should Mom turn it off?
She should have turned it off at the beginning.
Oh.
Don't even download it.
Oh, Dirty Jess.
And now that I've read it, we can't
Well, here's the thing.
it.
I've read Cleveland Steamer and Dirty Sanchez and a bunch of other gross ones. I'm not even going to guess this because it probably has something to do with a sexual nature and some kind of a body secretion of some sort. I'm not going to guess because I've got nothing. I'll guess something totally disgusting. It'll be something else totally disgusting.
I'm giving you a half point. A dirty Jessie
I'm going to get sick.
is an act where a person pisses in someone's mouth
while
someone had previously had multiple laxatives, thus creating a hot running mess of shit.
No. Stop.
That a lucky recipient.
This is not good podcast.
Yes.
No. Gagging on zombie Skittles is good podcast. Gagging on whole milk is good podcast.
Yeah, the best one was Mexican pancakes.
Talking Christmas hip hop with our white black friend, that's good podcast. This is not good podcast.
Didn't even read the description.
Oh.
All right. I like this one.
I quit. You're going to make me quit. I quit.
Ready? White splaining.
White splaining's like mansplaining, except white. It's using your white privilege to explain something you think a minority wouldn't understand.
Boom.
Yeah.
See, there we go. Now you're getting it.
As we both sit here man-spreading. I'm sitting here looking like a daggone beached whale, leaned back in this chair with my legs going out at like, I'd say about a 25-degree angle because that's as far as I can stretch them.
I'm just trying to keep the stupid chair from sinking.
Look like you're riding a horse.
I know. All right, here we go. The next one is sonk.
S-O-N-K?
S-O-N-K.
Sonk.
Sonk.
Man, I'm trying to debate, is this a play on the word song or a play on the word sunk? Or neither? Plot twist. Sunk.
Sunk.
That's when you fail at karaoke.
Nope.
I have no idea.
A hockey move done behind a player's own net where the player takes an instep and makes a slap shot up the boards. If the opposing player bites on it full out like a hook, line, and sinker, the player must then yell out, sunk! And that starts busting up the ice.
What?
That's what it says.
I'm not Canadian, A.
Me either.
There's no way I would have gotten that, A.
I'm just picking them based on names.
I know what the flying V is.
All right.
Sunk. Yeah, I would have never guessed it had anything to do with hockey. Hockey.
Me either. That's why I picked it.
Hockey.
Hell joint.
Hell joint?
Hell joint.
Hell joint's how my knees feel when I try to get up in the morning. Devil joints, man. Like, work and don't hurt. That's all I want. Hell joint. I'm going to say that is a marijuana's cigarette that is so lit on fire that you get buzzed in a harsh mellow and it totally spins your head around. It's like a crazy weed stick.
That's like an exorcist joint you just mentioned.
Yeah. Is that a term?
I don't know.
We'll make it one.
No. This is a joint that's wrapped with the pages of the Bible.
Oh, no. Not a man. Wow. I'm going to have to go back to church after this episode. Talking about pregnant nuns and hell joints.
Hell joints.
I don't do the crossing myself thing, but I'm doing it now just so I don't get possessed. We got your demon deer skull looking at me, and you're trying to get Krampus devil heads.
Yeah. So I'll put a link to the show and that for as well. I posted it today on our Instagram and Facebook. But I found a guy, and I sent you the link. But I found a guy in, I think, Germany or the Netherlands or somewhere. Not in the US.
Not in America.
He is chainsaw carving Krampus masks.
And they're like incredible.
They are the detail and the level of work and the level of work and the time is incredible that goes into these things. Like he's got goat masks, he's got chicken heads, he's got Krampus, like the actual Krampus, the German evil Santa Claus that kidnaps and eats children. Absolutely amazing. And if you get a chance and you have Amazon Prime, because it's free on Prime, watch the movie Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale. It's about Krampus. It's a Netherlands. It's a Finnish movie. So a lot of it's in subtitles and then some of it's in English. But it's really good if you want to watch a good foreign flick. All right, put your phone down.
Sorry, I was trying to look up the Krampus heads. All right. I was going to describe one, but there's one on there I love because it looked like it had one fang, but the other half of his face was like all goofy looking.
Goofy, yeah.
Yeah, that's what
we got to figure out how to get at least two.
We need to tag 11B's Woodworking in our post. I don't know if he has an Instagram, but I know he has 11B's, I think. Let me double check the name. It's a buddy of mine, and we're going to tag him and show him these and tell him to make us one. See what it'd take. 11B's, one word. 11B's Woodworking, Indiana is his Facebook.
These things are huge. I mean, these masks are full-blown masks.
That when I showed you that he did that skull, is like this tall.
Yeah, he made that out of that wasn't meant to be worn. I'm talking, these things are meant to be worn.
But I'm saying if he can do that detail, he can probably make one.
That'd be amazing.
Either way, we'll hit him up. Tag him in it.
We need two of them. We need one each.
That's all I need.
Maybe three, so you can take one home.
Yeah. My wife and kids would crap themselves if I just hid that and let them find it.
Just put it on the wall.
Right.
That's what I'm going to do. Put it right here on the wall.
Hanging on the door, so when they wake up in the middle of the night, it's just staring at them.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Our closet door has a nice hook.
Yeah.
Hang it right there.
So good. All right. Two more words, and then we're done.
Okay.
Fucky wucky.
I have no clue, man. That just sounds like when you say something's foobar, it's wonky. Things are out of whack. Things are a little bit, well, it reminds me of Bubbles in Trailer Park Boys. You never seen that?
Never watched it.
Okay. Well,
looked like a stupid show.
It is. I only caught the movie at first, and there are funny parts to it, but it's one of those things there are funny parts to it that are really funny, but it kind of drags at places. I think it's just when stuff's kind of goofy, kind of off kilter. Things are a little screwy with this. If you go like say you got your Audi, right?
Yeah.
And say you had to ride on the donut. That'd look a little wonky. You know what I'm saying? Like you just be like, something's a little off. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Or you see somebody walking down the street, you're like, so something ain't right about that, dude. Okay. Like that kind of feel. You get my vibe?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you a half point for that.
Okay. What is it?
The act of making a really big mistake, fucking up big time.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of there.
Yeah, half point for that.
I'll take half point.
Okay. Last one.
I think I'm like 2 out of 6 right now. That's not good.
You are a total of 3.
Oh.
2 half points and 2 full points total.
All right.
Or no. Nope, you got 2 points.
Yep, I thought
2 points total. So the last one.
Weekend numbers.
Is spelling coconuts.
Nope. That is a motion you're supposed to do with your hips as you are making love to your lady friend.
No.
Then it's something you're supposed to do with your mouth while you're making certain types of love to your gentleman friend.
No.
What is it? It has something to do. I've read.
Oh
something.
No, you're right.
I was gonna say it has to do with your hips, right?
They describe it different.
COC. Yeah.
While a man is laying naked.
When you're naked and you're mad.
Laying naked, flat on his back, a woman sits upon his penis and imagines her pussy in a beautiful bushy paintbrush, spelling out the letters coconuts in a rhythmic sexual flow of motion.
Yeah, it's a hip thing. It's a motion thing.
Chad. Nancy was totally spelling coconuts last night, and now I think she's pregnant. Brad. Oh, fuck. Chad. Brad. Chad and Brad. I love fucking coconuts.
You love doing what to coconuts? Chad and Brad need some time apart.
That's the description. That's so good.
I was right.
You were. 3 points total. 3 out of 7.
3 out of 7. 3 out of 7's not good.
It's not terrible.
It's not 0, but it's not good.
It's not great.
Less than 50%. I fail.
So, that was that.
Oh, man. You always hit me. You surprised me with this. You never tell me we're doing that.
I know.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
It's better that way.
Sorry, Sharon.
Yeah.
Don't listen to this show.
Episode.
I'll tell you now. Don't listen.
I'm trying to be
show.
a good boy, and then you come and hit me with this.
Hit you with the awesome,
blasphemous, filthy heathen podcast. Terrible. You're a terrible person.
I am a terrible person.
Awesome.
I am the worst.
No, you're not the worst. I definitely know worse people than you.
I'm funny.
You're something. You're. I would say you're interesting.
I'm eclectic.
You're
no.
Usually, I just say you're curmudgeon about most things.
Most things. I'm trying
grumpy.
to change that.
You're trying to get better.
I'm trying to change that. Friday.
I think we're both trying to become more positive people in general.
Friday. Holy shit! Friday.
Okay.
We had a fire drill at work. It was 25 degrees.
They do
outside.
that still?
Yes,
I can't remember the last time I had a fire drill anywhere.
We do fire drills, tornado drills, and then they do these stupid shelter in place for active shooters. There is no way in hell I'm sheltering in place for an active shooter. You kiss my ass. All of our offices are glass.
I'm hiding.
Where the hell am I supposed to shelter?
You get under your desk. Hey. If
It's
it worked in the
stupid.
40s or 50s for people that afraid of nukes, it'll work for you against an active shooter.
Yeah, just put my head up against the wall and cover.
Yeah,
Sit on
just-
my knees,
you
put
just
my head
your
against
head,
the wall,
put
and
your
cover
head
my
right
head.
between your legs.
Jesus
and
Christ!
kiss your butt goodbye.
No shit. Shelter in place. Mr. Janetti and I were having that discussion one day about shelter in place.
Yeah, I
like-
love his teachings.
Shelter in place is stupid.
You're a sitting duck.
Basically, yeah,
Yeah,
especially
in a glass office.
in a glass office.
Yeah.
Like the only rooms that aren't glass are the
Bathrooms?
bathrooms. There's no lock on the bathroom. You can't run into the bathroom and
Lock on the stall.
dead bolt the lock.
And then when they come in, be like, occupado.
Taking a shit.
Come back later.
No one's here but us chickens. Anyway, Friday, it was 25 degrees, and we got an email ahead of time. It's going to be a fire drill on Friday, but they didn't tell us the time. I took a half day Friday, but not until 12:30.
And it was before that.
It was before that. I hate cold weather, and I'm really trying to change my attitude towards cold weather. But
Yeah.
the shock to the system of walking outside in 25 degree weather, and my body just doesn't adjust back as fast. Like it takes 40 minutes for me to feel my fingertips just from being outside for 5 minutes. We're outside, and one guy's like, "You just need to sack up." And I'm just like, "You need to shut the fuck up." I'm tired of this shit. Like,
Kick him in his sack.
I'm like, this is ridiculous. We've had all summer to do this. Why couldn't we have done this when it was semi-warm outside? Why? I
Yeah,
get
even
it.
a few weeks ago, it would have been
I
60s.
get it. Fires can happen anytime. Ooh, but you don't have to pick the
Well,
coldest goddamn day
I
of
was
the
going to say,
year.
it's different. If a fire happens, okay, that sucks. But the drill is planned.
The drill is planned.
You could have done that in the summer.
You could have done that
and
anytime.
if a fire happens in the winter and you run out, it's cold, yeah, it sucks, but it's a fire. It makes
It's a fire.
sense.
I'm getting in my car and leaving.
Well, yeah. You're grabbing your keys and phone on the way out and saying peace.
Yeah, I'm not going to stick around.
After Milton sets the building on fire, I'm going.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm not sticking around.
Right.
This is a drill. You could have
That's
planned
funny.
this better.
I can't remember the last time I've been part of a fire. I think it was when I worked in a warehouse in 2005 when Beth and I first got married. Or maybe before when we were married. I think they did one then. But we did it once in the 2.5 years I worked there.
It is stupid. It is so stupid.
All we did was walk out in the parking lot, and those of us that smoked, which I did at the time, just
Started smoking.
start smoking until it's time to go back into work. We're like,
That's what we
cool,
did.
free break.
And
So
of
we're just all
course-
standing out in the parking lot having a cigarette and
Of course, my group had to walk the furthest out in the parking lot.
yeah.
And we had to walk the furthest back, which means we had to stand in line longer than anybody else outside. And we have to swipe 3 times to get in.
Why?
Because security. God knows why. Some dickhead came up with a security feature that you have to swipe to get through the first door, through a turnstile, and then through another door.
Wow.
If you come through the other side, the visitor side, you swipe once. You come through the employee side, you have to swipe 3 times. They told us, well, we did that so that if someone gets through the first door, we can lock them into this area, and these doors are bulletproof. We can just lock them in here, and when the cops show up, they can take over. yeah, I don't care. I don't want to have to swipe 3 times because you swipe the first time, you get through. If it fails at the turnstile or if it fails at the third door, you have to go all the way back to the beginning and start over.
Start over.
You know how many times I have swiped?
It's like when you get so far in a level of Mario, but you got to start back to where you don't get to start where you fell off the ledge. You got to start back.
You got to start all the way back
200 yards in the level and redo it again.
So everybody's swiping through the turnstile. Like one person the security just opened up the one doors. Why they didn't open the turnstiles is beyond me because I didn't even swipe to get through the turnstiles either. But they just they're just holding the first set of doors. Everybody's swiping through the turnstiles. I just followed somebody else in behind it, the turnstile.
Yeah.
And of course it's like, like, shut up. And then I just followed somebody in through the third door. I'm like, if someone wanted to get in, this would be the time to do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to stop
mass
anybody.
amount of people
There's a mass amount of people trying to, like,
actually, if somebody wanted to hurt people, it would be like, wait till there's a fire drill.
Right.
And wait till you guys are waiting in line to get back in. There's a whole line of people just mow them down.
So.
Super safe.
One day, so back to the have to tap to swipe to get in through these 3 goddamn doors. I did it twice. I tapped the first one, got through, tapped the turnstile, got through, hit the third door. It alerted me. It's like, and it wouldn't open. Had to go back through. Tapped again, tapped again, tapped again. Went back, tapped again, hit the turnstile. The turnstile alerted, wouldn't let me through. Went back, hit the button for the call. And they're sitting, I can see the security guys. They're sitting right there. They are like 50, 60 feet away from me. And they're sitting there watching. And I'm like, he's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, I don't know. You tell me. He's like, well, swipe your badge. I'm like, no, just open the goddamn door. I'm over this. I said, you've seen me swipe my badge 12 times at this point. Open the door and let me in. Swipe your badge. No. Swipe your badge. Swipe my badge. Nothing happens. He's like, well, it doesn't look like your ID's working. I'm like, it was working the other 12 times. Fix it. Well, how about we just let you through? I'm like, yeah, how about you just let me through?
Grand idea.
That's a great idea. He's like, well, come on through and then come over and we'll have a look at your badge. I'm like, how about I come on through? I go upstairs, I clock in, and then I'll come down when it's good for me.
Right. Once I'm getting paid to be here.
Jesus. It is the most redundant security system.
That's funny.
That doesn't work.
I remember when I was growing up, we'd go visit Mom at Nationwide, and she worked in Plaza 1 and Plaza 3, or Tower 1, Tower 3, whatever they called them, at various points. She was there 43 years or something.
Yeah, I've worked in 1, 2, and 3 when I was down there.
So she worked on one of the higher floors, like 18 or something. She's worked in the second basement, like the sub-basement.
Yeah.
She's worked in the middle. Well, when I first went there, I remember she had her badge, but you'd walk in, they'd say hi, and we'd get on the elevator and go. Now, if you go to Nationwide, it's like, it's lockdown. Like, you have to check in, get a badge. Visitor badges will not let you, like, work the elevator. Like, it's hardcore.
Yeah, that's the way it is with Liz now, too.
It's crazy.
So, all right, let's shut this down. If you like what you heard, share it with a friend, because word of mouth is how we do all this. If you would like to support the show,
we do it all with our mouth.
We do. Mouth noises. Not like those. That sounded more like an internal fart.
That was me grimacing at mouth noises.
If you want to support the show, you can support us on Venmo, Brandon.Martelle on Venmo. You can then check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitters.
It's the Google Tweetstagram.
Buckhorn Podcast. Share it with a friend. Like I said, the only way that we can, well, we're going to do this regardless, because it's fun. But we would like to expand. We would like to be able to do things and grow. And
we're going to be growing.
We're going to be growing.
We would like you to be along with us.
We would. We're going to try to get some more interesting people on here besides myself and Randy.
Oh,
we're just
fair.
Not that interesting anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
So we're going to try to get some more interesting people on here. Shoot for the new year at some point. Maybe some more bourbon-ish, whiskey-ish type of thing tastings coming up.
Or weird candy.
And
I got a lot of response on the zombie Skittles.
Well, I'm trying to find some Kit Kats. We got some
got an idea.
different flavored Kit Kats I'm trying to figure out how to get my hands on. But check us out, like I said, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Send us money to Venmo, Brandon.Martell. All the money will come back to the show to make it better mics, better things. Try to get some things done for the studio stuff. Order Krampus masks from Germany. Decorations to scare the kids. Diesel surgeries that he needs because he's out there doing Fight Club with the other dogs.
Doggy Fight Club.
And with that, I mean, that's it. So
we are done.
We're done. We'll talk to you all later. Pinkies up.
Peace.
See ya.